What we do here is go back.
What's going on, everybody? I apologize for the delay. We got some tech issues. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I have live streamed of any sort, really. I'm excited to be back doing it. We got an exciting new sample for you this week as well. Um, I got a little bit of a new setup, got some new gear, so I've been trying to set things up and get them working. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this stream today without any video. My camera is not cooperating whatsoever. That is all good though. We only need sounds, and you hear my voice, you hear the audio. That's all you really need. This is give you a preview. This is this week's stream. It's gonna be for a song I think called "Zealousy." Names to be determined. We'll see. Here we go. Yeah, it's an exciting little loop there. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's in C sharp minor, so we're gonna be doing a little bit different than normal. Not everybody uses C sharp minor. Certainly not as much as they use C major. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. I think we're gonna start this off. I've got this little arpeggiator, this part of the loop. It's like some arcade sound, but what I want to do is chop it up and just take that second half of every part that you hear. Excuse me. That little like kind of trill, and I actually want to duplicate that. So what we're gonna do is have a new channel, first things first, and bring all these down. Come on. Copy and paste them, so you should hear. Oh, let's get rid of the other one, the old one. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's make that a new audio loop. If you haven't done so already, make sure you guys check it out on social media. These streams are up on YouTube after they are over. I also have highlights on Instagram and posting daily updates on Twitter, so make sure you guys follow me on all of them. You're also invited to join my Discord. If you are here for the streams, you're always invited to join. The link for that is I will provide that to you short when I can set up Streamlabs, but it's also on social media. It's on Instagram, it's on YouTube. All my videos on YouTube have it. So feel free to join me there. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday and getting out there and enjoying the weather. It's been a beautiful day here. It's been about 70 degrees, nice and breezy. It's exactly what you want in a Saturday. Starting to get in that weather. We're starting to get in the April showers, bring May flowers type of weather. And I'm less than 30 days away from graduating college, so I am happy as I can be. So we're going to start with this little arpeggiator and have that, we're going to automate our volume so it kind of swells in a little bit. And actually, I think what I want to do is I want just the first note. So technically it starts on 5, and then it goes to 1. So I just want the 1 to ring through. So we're going to take that first one and we'll put this to the side for right now. So it's there. But what yeah, I got it. My gosh. Okay. I'm going to end up adjusting all this automation anyway, but I don't know why it has to copy it over when it's literally no difference. But here's what's going to essentially sound like. We'll add something there to go with it, but in the meantime, that's kind of what it's going to stick with. Let's see. Let's see what this sounds like. course. No, I don't want to copy over all my automation. Man, sometimes logic. I'm getting so close to being ready to stream with Ableton. I'm getting there soon. You'll see it very soon. Oops. That needs to be lined up on the proper grid line. Technically, the loop that we have this week is just like the last time we were streaming, where it's the drop. So it might be even easier to just start with that, honestly. Wanted to copy it over. Thank you. So let's do just that. Bring the lead down a little bit. We don't need it that loud. I'm thinking what'll end up happening is this is kind of like a down chorus type thing where it kind of builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, and then hits this big. And then that's kind of where it leads into some sort of drop. Yeah. First thing I think I'm going to start with is adding a pad. Somebody going by with a subwoofer that's really loud. Just so that I have something to come in with this arpeggiator. And for that, I actually have a specific one in mind. If you're a Logic user, you should have this one as well. I'm on an older version, so I don't have the sampler on this one. But that's on purpose. It's for a reason. It's this one right here. Such a pretty pad, you know, so pretty. Music's so pretty. Right there. Well, actually, it starts on. We'll have that come in. We'll automate our volume so that that comes in, and I think we're gonna add a bass in this second. Actually, we can just extend that. We'll add a bass in this as the second part of this build-up. We don't need it that loud. And I probably want to duplicate this section. Yeah, split them. That's what I had in the first place, but you know. Mixing and producing is all about visiting and revisiting certain things, man. Here in this right here, we can bring back the original arpeggiator. Yeah, copy it over. Fine. Actually, we can just get rid of it. We don't even need it. Torn, because this bass is really cool. I might. We'll see. See what it sounds like with the arpeggiator, because I mean that sounds cool, I guess. We'll see. Hang on. Here's what it sounds like in context. you know, I think what we're gonna end up doing is just having a synth bass of our own. Um, where? Oh, there it is. If this does this thing again, I swear I'm gonna. Okay. Wow. It was louder than I thought it was. This is a go-to synth bass of mine. Yeah, we'll keep it right about there. Hang on, something's a little bit off. I think it might just be the loop. Yeah, the loop itself. It's just a little bit laid back with the beat. That's fine. We can work with that. Oh, you know what? It starts on G. G sharp, actually, but yes. That's not right. This can come down a little bit. I don't want this pad to be so overwhelming. Yeah, that was nice. Just to kind of add some additional. Why does it go down? I also have a new mouse that was part of the new gear that I bought. It's a Magic Mouse. I myself, I prefer an Apple trackpad, if you've ever seen those. But the mouse was half the price of a trackpad. So I just stuck it out. Said I'll get the trackpad when I graduate, you know. Fade this arpeggiator out. Can also kind of add a pulse thing to it, maybe. I'll tell you what, maybe we'll take this bass up an octave too, because it's just super heavy right now. I don't think it really needs to be. If we're gonna leave room for that down chorus bass to come in, and we'll drop the C sharp so it's not just annoyingly harsh. Bring it down. I want this arpeggiator to kind of swell in until it's right in front of your face. Maybe I'll bring in the clap there, or we'll bring in, how about this? We'll bring in the actual snare, and then we'll kind of, feel like I'm being more repetitive. That's the problem, is you try to change up what you're doing so that you're not, so boring, or it's not the same thing over and over again, you're not too repetitive, but then you get into the habit of overthinking things, and nobody wants that. Actually, let me go to the EDM pack. Yeah. See what kind of claps we got here. It's like a smack. I like this one. The beauty of this is, for some of them, we don't even need to add reverb. The reverb's already in there. For this one, I will add reverb. and we're feeling this in the halftime pulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is where I want my snare, or clap, if you will. Solo it and make sure we get some good reverb on it. Valhalla Vintage Verb, that's my go-to. I think everybody should get Valhalla. Not everybody likes it, but I think that it's a pretty good plugin. You know, I don't necessarily like that little flam though. So let's see if we can't find a better one before we commit. And then if we can't, we'll stick with it and we'll just say, because in context it might sound better, but I like this one better actually. Let's do that one. And then let's, okay, you can go that way. Add our reverb on it. Generally speaking, for claps, at least when it comes to EDM, I like a decay time of 1.5 seconds. Put it about 15% in the mix, and then have it at a bright hall reverb with you can choose different decades, 1970s, 80s, or current. And I like the current one because it's EDM. EDM wasn't really a thing in the 70s. See, that's real sharp too, so we'll go in and we'll add an EQ. Fab Filter Q3, everybody. That is what you want to use. Yeah, that's like really sharp at that 1K, so. See, now you can still hear the smack, but it's not as like punchy. Like there's still a little bit of directness to it, but it's not annoying, basically. Yeah, so it's just enough, you know. We could put the limiter on it too if we really wanted to, but I don't think it needs to do that. And honestly, I think that there's room to layer something on there if we feel like we want to layer it on later. But let's let the song progress a little bit before we make those decisions. Actually, let's cut the first 4 because so technically there's the first measure, but that's just serving as an intro right now. And I actually I want the pad to be more prevalent now that I'm thinking about it than I want the arpeggiator. I kind of want this to be muffled in the background like a texture. So we'll add some EQ and cut it at around 2K, maybe? See what that sounds like. Whoops. Yeah, so we ended up making it cut at 1K, and now it's just kind of more of a texture. Yeah, see now we got a groove going. We've got we'll add some drums in. This might be able to have a singer, might not. We'll see where it goes for now. But yeah, we ended up dropping this arpeggiator like way in the mix. We do need a riser. Like it can't just switch sections. Risers are great for transitions. It is possible to overuse them, so it's best in moderation, but just use your best judgment. Also, use your best judgment when you're picking one. You don't want one that's just super overwhelming. That one's good. That's nice and subtle. The only thing I don't like about this one is it's got this little click at the end. Not like a click, but it's got like a... Normally, what would happen is the riser is supposed to cut off right when the beat would hit, which means you hear it up until the beat hits. This one, like, stops right before, so it's like... It's like... It, like, spits at you. I don't know a better way of describing that. But we'll see if there's a better one. Hang on. Come on. I get most of my drum kits and my loops from Somatics. If you're looking for a really good place to find loops, they have some great free packs and they have some great packs that cost money, and everything's royalty free. So if you use it in a song, they're not gonna charge you. See, a lot of these just have a long build up to them, and I don't need that long, unless I'm... Oh, it's fine. Unless I'm going into a bigger section, I really don't need a longer build up like that. I just need something quick and short that kind of says, "Oh, hey, we're in a new section." Gives you something different and interesting. See, you can even, if I zoom in really far, you can even see where the waveform kind of cuts off. And you want that. You don't. Sometimes a little bit of overlap is okay. Sometimes. But you really don't want them competing with other instruments. That was way too loud, for example. Sounds alright, but let's see. Hang on. Oops. Too quick. We'll have to automate some volume and cut it off at the very end, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So here's kind of what our intro sounds like. That isn't right. Hang on. Whoops. One of the claps didn't copy over. Hee hee, sneaky little guy. In case you're curious, yes, this is exactly how I talk when I'm making music, except nobody's in the room and I'm not live streaming to people to watch. So, if you think you're weird, wait till you hear me. That's kind of where we're coming with the drums, right? And then that's where I'll drop the lead, keep the pad and the bass and stuff going. And we'll almost have a verse, basically. Almost. Technically, the verse can start right when you hear the claps. So, like right here. And right there is kind of the second half of the verse. Which means, you know, I might even automate this lead, because that lead is important, but not when you get to this section. So we'll duplicate it for now, and we will we will muffle it. So it's usually my go-to, only because depending on where you cut, can also leave room for the vocals. Find a kick and then come up with a pattern, and then we'll go back, we'll start to retrace our steps a little bit. Like I said, music and production and all of that is just creating and then revisiting. So we'll revisit for some stuff like some fills. Hang on. Too trappy. I got some nice kicks in here that are like this one, super punchy, right? This one's less punchy, but I want it maybe softer. So we'll use this one for now. And then we'll see if we need to make any adjustments tonal wise. Some EQ is technically used to make things sound better or different. Those are the only two things it's used for. It is not used to fix problems that could have been fixed when you were recording. So, oops, come on, really? Option click means copy it. Okay, so you boost things to make them sound different, and you cut things in the EQ to make them sound better. I would like it a bit. And here's one thing about EDM is we never shy away from using a subwoofer. So I would like a little bit more sub in this one. So we're gonna make cuts and boosts that way accordingly. And let's take out some of the punch. Oops. Okay, it helps if you have a full pattern. Let's also just solo this for now so we can just hear. So here's before the EQ. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can do that with pedals. Never mind. So we're going to keep it super simple. That's literally the pattern. Gonna let some of the melodic stuff do the heavy lifting at least. Something doesn't sound right there. Oh, you know what? This whole time, this pad is on the 1. That's fine and dandy, but after that first note, our melody technique comes in. So what we're gonna do is we need to have this pad follow and actually that's wrong. That's supposed to start on G sharp. So it's not even starting on the right note. Things to pay attention to if you want to have a long career in music is don't make mistakes like this. The only way to learn how to not make mistakes like this is to make mistakes like this. And once you make them, though, uh, you learn not to make them, and so next time it'll be a lot easier to remember. So we're going to, and then F sharp. So now, whoops, let's, okay, something isn't right here. Yeah, well, okay. I see what happened. Apparently, it made a new clip over an old clip. It's not what we want. Okay, copy. My goodness, Logic, you're making this more difficult than it needs to be. So here's what it actually should sound like. So the attack on that pad was a little bit late. So we dropped it. We took the attack down so that it's right on time. The attack knob, when you're doing music, it's usually in milliseconds, and it's how many milliseconds it takes for it to be at full, like for the transient to occur, which is like when it's at full power, essentially. And so if I drop it down to like 1 millisecond as opposed to 6 milliseconds, which is what it was at, then it takes less time, and it just sounds like it's right on beat. Which is what we want, because we don't want any clash and overlap of notes. We need hats, for sure. For show. And I think I have just the hats in mind. Been using these packs long enough that I kind of know where things are. I get to that point where I'm starting to accidentally reuse, but it's okay. As long as I'm not copyright infringing on anybody else, then there's no way for me to get in trouble. It's just me. Me's the one that has the final say on this song, and me says there's no copyright infringement, even though it sounds like some of the other stuff I might make. No issues. Let's see what the 16 note is. I don't even think it's 16 notes. I think it's hard to tell. Hang on. Yeah, it's actually gonna be 8th notes, technically speaking. And we're going to, normally if I had time and this wasn't like a live stream, I would input everything into the sampler. That way I could use it as MIDI. But that takes a minute because that is a whole other computer. So I think we're going to use this, and we're going to end up just copying our automation data. It might sound like, it's not house and trance and all that. It's more instrumental EDM, melodic EDM than it is anything else. If that's not your jam, that's all good, but it most certainly is my jam. There are plenty of other types of EDM that I listen to. Why was that off? Oh, apparently I added an extra one where there didn't need to be. That's fine. What we'll do is... Actually, it might work out. Hang on. Yeah, it kind of worked out. At least now I get a second chance. Isn't that the greatest when things accidentally work out in your favor? You don't have to do too much to go back and correct your mistakes. Okay, so now we kind of have a verse here, or pre-chorus, however you want to see it. And here's where we join these into a new loop so that we don't have to, we can just, yeah, there we go. That's where we'll go into this little pre-chorus thing we had here. So, from start to where we are now. We'll see what it sounds like. This little bass part I was messing around with. Whoops. It does not end on E. It goes to E the third time. So it's a synth bass at kind of a higher octave, and it's got notes with some more chop to them. So the idea is it kind of creates a pulse, a little bit of a build, a little bit of a groove. It's not going to be too prevalent of a part. It's just going to be tucked in the background. Oops. And it's just used as a small element that keeps things along. One thing I've discovered is when I make songs, very quickly I get to like 30 or 40 tracks, and then my computer has trouble processing. But, you know. Man, it feels great to be back live streaming. It's been a while since I've done this. I've got the senior project for school that I got to turn in, and so I've been working for the past couple of weeks on that. Had some studio sessions, some other school stuff, and some job searches, and all of that was taking up so much time I wasn't able to do this. But now I've finished the project, and things are starting to slow down a bit to the point where I can do this again. Put a wider on that so we can spread it. And this is kind of where I think we got to play a little game here of, yeah, we can bring this in, but we got to play a game of picking apart the loop. Can't just play the loop. We're using the loop to, and the stems from the loop, to kind of build stuff with it, but we're not just using the loop as a crutch. That's what we're not doing. And I think we'll even take the lead out of that section. Maybe bring in the arpeggiator for the second half of it. I gotta check something real quick. Hang on. I think this is the synth bass chop part, by the way. But oops. Hey, I'm better typist than this. Come on now. I think what we'll do is there's a specific thing. Let me see. Yeah, I want to transition to that part better. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. I was a second early, but that's fine. We can always move stuff, so it's okay. As long as we get it down, it doesn't matter where. We can always move audio when it's been recorded, but we cannot bring back ideas that we forgot. Want to soften these hats up a bit. So an easy trick to softening things up, if it's like kind of sharp and you want more of a soft round sound, an easy way is finding the peak frequency, which is right here, and with a wider band, just cutting it, because it's already the loudest thing. So by cutting it, it's not like you're taking it away completely, you're just kind of bringing it back under control. Kind of sounds like a clock. There's a sound effect I have of that too. Sounds cool. I think what we're gonna do is add an impact. So an impact is something super cinematic. My goodness. And this is actually a trick I learned from a producer named Tommy Prophet. If you guys know a rapper named NF, Nate Feuerstein, he's his producer. Is adding an impact, cutting out a lot of the low end, and then you have yourself kind of another significant transition. Oh, goodness. I like the first one. We'll stick with the first one. We won't keep it that complex. It will not be that loud either. I promise. I'm done hurting everybody's ears. Still a lot of, hold on. Yeah, see, so all I did was I took the low end out of it, and then you have between the riser and the reverse is what it's really called, but it's a riser, and the impact is what you have. And then taking the low end out of it makes it not hurt in your ears so much, but it's still there, so like it's still got a presence that you can hear, and it's not just annoying, I guess. Alrighty, see what this sounds like in context. like this this kind of, what is it? What would we call it? A pre-chorus section? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I like the section here, and I like this for a good opportunity to add in. Here's another frequent trick of mine. This oops. This drum kit right here is a clap I like. It's this one, and it's another chance to help start a build. So obviously I'm bringing in the arpeggiator part, and again, probably bring it down in volume because otherwise it is loud and annoying. And this clap here, we'll throw a wider on it. So plug in by Infected Mushroom. Pan them to like 100, 120% usually is what I do. And then you've got, that isn't right. There it goes. All right. So what the clap is actually even doing is it's adding a bit of a flavor to the chords that you heard. So these chords with the clap, it's got a nice little groove to it. Actually, we'll go back to the one. One of the things I gotta really work on is not just having the same chord progression the whole time, doing chord changes and key changes. Actually, but not it's just one of those. Oops. It's just one of those things that you gotta work on because it keeps things interesting. Don't overdo it, obviously, but there's a balance to be struck. I'm just gonna move the pad to the 1. Yeah, got some ideas brewing. Let's hear it again from the top. One thing I'm actually missing is this bass in this section. So we'll see if hang on. We'll see if this will help it, but like in this little chorus section or this little verse section, I want a nice easy kind of sub there. I was torn between using an 808 I already had, like a sample, or one of these. We'll see. That was not correct at all. Close. Close, but no dice. And 80, oops, didn't record it for some reason, even though I played it. For some reason, 808s tend to be quieter, but the reason behind that is because they're lower frequencies, so they don't sound as loud normally. So unless you have a subwoofer, you're not gonna be able to hear these as well. But the point is to fill out the rest of the spectrum. We'll just call this 808, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it fits with the rest. It's for some reason it's got a little click thing at the top, so we're gonna take out a lot of the high end of that real quick. Yeah. Now we need to compress it too, cause it's not very loud, number one, and so when we turn it up, you want to turn it up with a compressor. And by the way, contrary to popular opinion, compressors don't just turn things up. Compressor's job is to reduce the dynamic range of things. So if it's quiet, you can use the input to turn it up, but then the output knob or the gain reduction knob, what that essentially does is, oh hey, I missed somebody. Well, hello, Keiza. I believe, am I saying that right? Welcome to the stream. I don't know how long you've been here, but hopefully you stick around for a little bit longer. Yes, so you use the second knob on the compressor to even the performance out so that you don't just turn things up. Now this will fit better. So here's what it sounds like. We'll see what it sounds like with the rest of the basses so that we know it's not. I think it's clashing with something. I'm not sure what though. Just that last note. Is that last note right? It should be F sharp. Isn't it F sharp? Hang on. Yeah, it's F sharp. That's what happened. I have my bass is reversed. My bass is. I knew something. It's one of those things where something feels off and you're just like, I'm overthinking it. No, you're not overthinking it. Something is off. Figure it out and then, of course, and then get to it. So now I gotta go back and replace all these basses. But now it should sound right. Right? Are these off too? These are off too. My goodness. I really messed up big time. Now we've got our basses fitting together a little bit better. They don't clash. Depending on your hearing, sometimes you don't notice a problem until you hear it at a certain note. So the other thing that went wrong was my 808s don't line up with the kicks. So now it should sound better. Yeah, sounds good so far. Let's we'll listen from the beginning again and get some context, get some ideas going. If you have any ideas, throw them in the chat. This is a collaboration stream, so we'll see if we can make something together. Honestly, it might be too big here in the beginning. Let's see what we can do about because it might be too must be too big. Because if we want to leave room for vocals, then we gotta be careful not to make it too big too quick. Chords are strong. So one thing I will do is, at least in those heavy mid melodic elements, I'll take out some of the mid frequencies, because that'll leave room for a vocalist if they want to. Yeah, I want to add in a snare in this last measure, but I'm not really sure if I have any good snares. Let's go see if we have any decent ones, like EDM style ones. If not, we'll just try to use some from what we have. I'll be the first to admit, not the best collection in Logic of EDM stuff. Logic was kind of built for a songwriter, not necessarily a, gosh. Good God, that is loud. Not really built for a EDM explicitly. And all of these are really cool. They just don't really fit what we're doing. Hang on. I might use that one, and I might use this one. We will see if we can use those, and then let's look at the rest of them real quick. See, like I said, a lot of those are actually really good, just not for the purposes that we're trying to use them for here. So hang on, let's see if we can't. We'll set it up, and then we'll just kind of pick between the two and see which one we like. But for now, we're gonna go off of this one right here. Also turn these down. My goodness, they're still stupid loud. Is it too quick? Yeah, it is. This one would go here. I wanted eighth notes, not quarter notes. Eighth notes. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the pattern that we can go with, because then once we're done figuring out which one we like, I got an idea for like another kind of fill going into it. It'll be interesting. It's some of these, and this is what's crazy to me, is the culture currently. It currently, it's just one of those, we're in a rush to make music regardless of quality and regardless of like how interesting it actually is. We just want something that sells. It's one of those cultures right now, and that's not quite what I go for. What I like to go for is spending my time on all of the songs that I make, and you know that means that some of these won't be built in a day. Some of them sometimes we get lucky, but even then, like, and we get the majority done. But even then, I'm going back after the stream is over and making some edits and listening and doing stuff like that. So. I like that. See what they sound like together, just out of curiosity. It's not bad. That's not bad. That actually might work. So that's kind of the snare pattern that we'll have come in to kind of help build it a bit more. We'll add some other small stuff in there. But for right now, the idea that I'm thinking involves taking all these and cutting the last 2 beats. I think we're in the middle of some waveforms though, so we need to, yeah, see, that's why I like MIDI better than audio sometimes. That's fine though. Let's go in and just take out the last 2 notes and just cut this one short. So it's essentially going to be, the idea is like a fill right there. And then it goes into the drop. That kind of thing. See how it builds from there. See what it sounds like in the beginning? Logic's having all kinds of processing issues. Yeah, we need to work on that little snare thing. And that needs to increase a little bit more. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I might even take a reverse and reverse the reverse. No. We'll come up with something. We'll come up with something. It might not have to be today, but we'll come up with something. I want to get this drop at least done tonight. I want to get a drop. It's the most exciting part of the song. I can't just make it to the drop and then stop, you know? If anybody has any ideas, throw them out in the chat. This is a collaboration stream. I want to hear what y'all got. I really don't like this snare. It just sounds ugly. It doesn't need to increase that much, and maybe the whole thing can just kind of decrease in volume, like a little bit, lose a little bit of decibels. Maybe? Yeah, maybe that works. You also can add some slight reverb to it. That might help. Because what I'm looking for is it to not be so much smack in your face. It doesn't need to be like just like a smack. It doesn't need to be that. We'll go with ambience, and we're still gonna go with modern. See what this sounds like. Drop this down. Let's go with a room. Maybe we'll switch to it. probably have to add some other stuff in there, but for right now, it works as a build. And then here's where I think everything will just explode and go crazy. So, whoops. Let's just copy the kick and the clap real quick, and bring them in. Right now, we're just still putting together kind of the skeleton of it, but we're already 21 tracks in. Come up with some more complex pattern than that. Believe this will be right. Yeah. Copy the first half of it over, and then we'll vary it up from there. But that way it's a little bit more exciting, you know. Right there, yeah. That'll be a nice plate. Whoops. Not what I wanted. Hang on. Yeah, so now I kind of have a... Exactly. These can all come in too, by the way. And one thing we definitely like to do in the EDM world is we like our bass to be loud, to like be absolutely rocking the subwoofer. But we don't really use 808s that much, unless like I did in the verse. We don't use an 808. We just kind of use. Let's kill the arpeggiator and bring back the lead. We just kind of let the bass drone. And it doesn't even have to follow the kick pattern either. Like, it's just because I don't know why, it just sounds better that way. I want to take the same hat that I had, and this time I'm going to do a 16th pattern. And I'm gonna alternate some crashes. So let me go find this hat that I had and throw that in there, and then I'll add some more stuff in a hot second. Yeah, it's this one. Awesome. So this is gonna follow a 16th pattern. Move, yeah. Okay. I'm not really sure why automation data would have copied in since I was importing a sample, but all right. And for 16th notes, before what I did was I automated the volume, and I made it so that every quarter note hit was accented almost. This one, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to kind of let it go, I guess. I might automate the volume so that it varies every now and then, but like there's not so much there's not so much like pressure on that I need to be super detailed about it. I just kind of need to make it so that it's not the same repetitive hi-hat over and over again. See, admittedly, stuff like this would be easier in Ableton, where I can just duplicate, but there's stuff about Ableton I don't like either. We might choose a different hat. I don't know. We'll see what this one sounds like, and then I have a couple of other options to go through and choose from, and we'll see. One thing I know for sure that I will want is, I haven't used this in so long, but this is technically my signature right here. So I'm letting you guys in on a secret, and the only reason I'm doing that is because I haven't used it in so long that it's kind of no longer my secret. This sound effect right there. Obviously, it's not going to be that loud. We're going to drop that one way down in the mix. Way down. And I think that's what I am going to just use a different hat, because I really do not like this hat. I don't think it was doing that at all. So we're gonna cheat. We're gonna do cancel. We're gonna do a cheat little trick here. When you want to do 16th notes and you can't do it that fast, you just do 8th notes and then copy and paste them like this. And I think we might even come up with a lead pattern on top of this pattern that you're hearing. Like on top of all these chords. I think that'll just fit better. And then we're just gonna randomize all of these velocities real quick, because we don't want it to sound like a computer's doing it. We want it to sound like more natural. So we randomize our velocity, and let's just mute this one for a second. There from the beginning, give some context again. I do want to come up with a lead pattern though. More aggressive, since it's the drop, you know. Since I don't own, nor do I know how to play guitar or bass, I'm kind of left with synthesizers. I've been trying to bring somebody that plays guitar on the stream, but I haven't found anybody that's willing to do it yet. Yeah, it's really thin, but we're working on it. What's next? I will say this, I had an idea real quick to do. I want to see, it's probably going to sound like trash if I try to do this way, because pitch shift in Logic is not very good, but I want to see if I can't just take this thing and raise it up an octave so that these all go up, but probably not going to be successful. And actually, I don't even want to do it the third one. I think I want to do Yeah, I want to do the second one. I want this C sharp to, instead of, like it goes down, I think, right? Doesn't it go down? No, it goes up. We'll come back to that then. We'll just come back to that. Probably add the pad back in for that drop. But the old pad pattern, that was weird the way I said that. The old pad pattern. So the one that follows the chord progression, basically. We'll see. See what happens when I raise this up an octave. Curse you, Logic, for not having a better processing engine. Everyone likes to hear clips at the end of their audio. The fill is gonna follow this model, but not just that. Obviously, it's gonna have a drum kit. I think is what I'm gonna do. Problem is, all these drum kits are just super extra with their toms and everything. I need something that's like not so real. I don't know. Let's explore some of the kids' toms and see what they have. Nope. Nope. Man, some of these just do not have. No good toms, man. It's not even a tom. Good God. Not really. Oops. Yeah, not really a whole lot of good toms, at least in the first kits. Let's See what we have in the second kit. I am gonna have to end the stream. I'm looking at it, and for some reason my computer is not charging. So I'm at 25%. So at some point I'll probably have to end the stream soon, but we'll get somewhere. See, I'm not finding anything I like. It's a nice snare drum to use. Maybe we'll use the snare drum. Oops. Something's off. I don't like these toms though. Hate them. Yeah, I don't like those toms. Maybe we'll use a snare drum. Maybe we won't. Who knows? First things first. Yeah, no, we can delete all of this extra stuff that we don't really need. Oops. Hang on, what? Yeah, so everything here to here can be deleted. There we go, yeah. It's a little bit less processing power now. I don't think I need the congas there, though. I know what the fill is, I just don't know what the fill is, you know what I mean? Oh, yeesh. Let's see what we, my gosh. See, if those were bigger, it would be fine. Nope, nope. Nope, too techno. Just your boom bap. Okay. Some of these aren't even toms, bro. Maybe those will work, we'll see. We shall see what we can do with these. If we can make something cool. I only have 20% battery. If this thing dies in the middle of a live stream, I'm gonna be very upset. Why is it not charging? Doesn't make any sense. First things first, yeah, let's figure out what the toms are. It's those. So, everything from snare to this can be deleted. And then everything from here down to here can be deleted, so it's not extra processing power being used. Let's fix the panning. We don't need them that wide. I know they're supposed to mimic like a real drum set, but we don't. It sounds like a choir pad now for some reason. Weird. make them bigger, I guess. Huh.